In a forgotten corner of the internet, a digital ghost story unfolds, the tale of a cursed Amiga PC. This isn't just about old hardware, it's about a computer that, according to chilling accounts, refused to die, haunting its owners with cryptic messages and inexplicable occurrences. Could an inanimate machine truly possess such malevolent intent, or is something far stranger at play? Prepare yourself, because the story of the Forgotten Amiga PC will make you question everything you thought you knew about technology and the thin veil between our world and something else. To understand this chilling legend, we need to rewind to the late 1980s and early 90s, an era when personal computers like the Commodore Amiga were revolutionizing homes and creative industries. The Amiga wasn't just a machine, it was a canvas for artists, a studio for musicians, and a portal for gamers. Its advanced graphics and sound capabilities made it a coveted piece of technology, often passed down from user to user, each adding their own history to its circuit boards. It's this very history, this accumulation of digital memories and human interaction, that some believe contributed to the anomalous nature of one particular Amiga 500, a machine now whispered about in hushed tones across niche online forums. This isn't a story from mainstream tech publications, it's a fringe narrative, passed along by those who delve deep into the forgotten corners of early digital communities. The legend speaks of this Amiga 500 being an unsuspecting unit, sold or gifted many times over, accumulating a strange, perhaps even sentient, digital presence. Its initial owners reported nothing out of the ordinary, just the usual quirks of early computing. But as it changed hands and as its internal components aged, a subtle shift began to occur. A digital whisper, a glitch in the matrix that would slowly, inexorably, grow into a full-blown technological haunting. The story's roots extend to anonymous forum posts from the early 2000s, vague recollections of a machine that simply wasn't right. These posts were often dismissed as hyperactive imaginations or simple hardware failures. But a pattern emerged, a consistent thread of disturbing events that spanned multiple owners, each experiencing a progressively more intense escalation of the unexplained. But things took a darker turn, evolving from mere glitches to outright malevolent interventions. The first widely disseminated account came from a Reddit user, Amiga Ghost, who detailed their experience with a second-hand Amiga 500 acquired in the mid-2000s. Initially, it was just minor annoyances, programs crashing without warning, garbled text appearing on the screen. Harmless, perhaps, but persistent. Then came the phantom typing. Amiga Ghost would leave the computer idle, only to return to find lines of seemingly random characters, or, more disturbing, fragmented words appearing in a text editor as if an invisible entity were using the keyboard. These weren't system errors, they were coherent, albeit disjointed sequences. The user described a creeping unease, a feeling of being watched whenever the machine was powered on. They tried troubleshooting, reinstalling the operating system, even swapping out faulty components. Nothing worked. The phantom typing continued, eventually evolving into full sentences. Simple, passive-aggressive phrases like, "You're not alone," or "I'm still here." Imagine the chilling realization as you stare at a glowing green screen, knowing no one is touching the keyboard, yet words are manifesting from thin air. The psychological toll began to mount. Amiga Ghost reported experiencing vivid, unnerving dreams whenever the computer was in their apartment, dreams of static, disembodied voices, and eyes staring from the darkness. They tried to sell the Amiga, but strange technical issues would suddenly plague it whenever a prospective buyer showed interest, causing the sale to fall through. It seemed the machine actively resisted being passed on. This eerie behavior intensified for subsequent owners. One online individual, Retro Junkie 87, described the Amiga playing sound samples at random, usually distorted, low-fidelity snippets of what sounded like human whispers or childlike giggles. Even when no games or audio programs were running, the volume would often fluctuate wildly, startling anyone in the room. Then there were the visual manifestations. Pixelated faces, almost subliminal in their appearance, would flash on screen for milliseconds, gone before you could properly register them. Retro Junkie 87 meticulously documented these occurrences, filming the screen with their phone, capturing blurred but undeniable evidence of these fleeting digital apparitions. One particular incident involved the Amiga booting up to a completely black screen, save for a single flickering white pixel in the very center. As Retro Junkie 87 stared, mesmerized and terrified, the pixel slowly, agonizingly began to multiply, drawing out a crude, unsettling stick figure with oversized hollow eyes. The image remained for a full minute, frozen, before the computer abruptly powered down. The users who encountered this, Amiga consistently reported a sense of dread, a pervasive coldness radiating from the machine, a feeling of an alien consciousness residing within its ancient components. They tried everything: exorcisms, religious blessings, even burying it in the backyard, only for it to mysteriously reappear, albeit covered in dirt, back on their porch. The desperation grew, as did the computer's influence. What they discovered next changed everything for one unfortunate owner, a hobbyist programmer named Code Warrior X, who acquired the Amiga in even more mysterious circumstances, finding it abandoned in an alley. Code Warrior X, initially skeptical, saw it as a challenging restoration project. He worked on it for weeks, replacing parts, cleaning circuits, meticulously trying to bring it back to life. When he finally got it to boot, the machine displayed its typical unsettling behaviors, but Code Warrior X, a man of logic, dismissed them as system glitches he hadn't yet ironed out. He even joked about the ghost in the machine on his personal blog. One night, while working late on the Amiga, trying to debug a stubborn program, he left an unformatted floppy disk in the drive. He stepped away for a moment to grab a drink. When he returned, the screen glowed with an unusual error message, not a standard Amiga OS error, but a series of cryptic symbols. As he watched, horrified, the symbols began to resolve, forming words. The message was slow, deliberate, as if being typed by an unseen hand. It read, "You can't fix me. I don't want to be fixed." Code Warrior, his heart pounding, tried to pull the disk out. The drive made a grinding noise, refusing to release it. Then the words dissolved, replaced by a visual. A crudely drawn, pixelated face filled the entire screen. It wasn't the fleeting kind of apparition previous owners had reported. This face was static, unblinking, its expression a chilling blend of anger and something utterly ancient. Its eyes, two large, empty black circles, seemed to bore directly into Code Warrior X's soul. As he stared, transfixed by terror, a single horrifying word appeared beneath the grotesque face, glowing an ominous red: "Mine." The computer then emitted a piercing, high-pitched shriek, a sound unlike any normal Amiga audio, a noise that seemed to resonate deep within his bones. The shriek abruptly cut off, and the entire room went dark as the power tripped. Code Warrior, shaken to his core, spent the rest of the night curled in his bed, too terrified to even look at the machine. The next morning, he found the Amiga unplugged, its screen completely shattered, as if it had exploded from the inside. But what truly sealed the terror was the floppy disk. It lay next to the ruined computer, still pristine, but when Code Warrior X, his hands trembling, inserted it into another functional Amiga, it contained only one file: a text document. Its contents were a jumbled mess of binary code and what looked like fragmented poetry, but within the chaos, one phrase was clear, repeated over and over, pulsing in the digital static. You are next, you are next, you are next. To this day, the legend of the forgotten Amiga PC remains a chilling digital campfire story. Was it a series of unfortunate hardware failures, exaggerated by fear and folklore? Or did this particular machine, through unknown means, become a vessel for something beyond our comprehension? The accounts are anecdotal, spread through hushed conversations in forums and deep web corners, lacking definitive scientific proof. Yet, the consistent narrative, the similar experiences reported by entirely separate individuals, gives pause. It challenges our understanding of inanimate objects, making us wonder if the digital realm can, in rare instances, become a conduit for something truly anomalous. The Amiga has never been definitively located after Code Warrior X's terrifying encounter. Some say it's still out there, gathering dust in another neglected corner, waiting for its next unsuspecting owner. Others believe it finally found its grim resolution, dissolving into digital oblivion after its final terrifying proclamation. We may never know the full truth of what haunted that old machine, but its story persists, a stark reminder that even in our most advanced creations, there can sometimes lurk a darkness we cannot explain. If you're intrigued by the mysteries that technology can conceal, then you might also be fascinated by the whispers surrounding Project Echo, a Cold War experiment that stumbled upon something truly unearthly. That's a story for another time.